Hello class, I have new audience members this time. These are friends of mine. I do have a model because I needed one. Alright, so my demonstration speech is going to be on how to do a braid. With braids, they're fairly common, especially with focus on fashion and how people look nowadays. It's kind of important. So it's been a very common style throughout history. The braid that I'm doing today is going to be a fishtail French braid. A French braid is more common. It's 3 strands gathered together. It actually isn't even originated in France. It's originated in Algeria, and it dates back to 6,000 years old according to the rock art described in Ian Sertima's book called Black Women in Antiquity. So French didn't even come up with this. It's pretty neat. Why we call it the French braid, no one really knows. We just kind of stuck with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the products that you need to start it first. A brush or a comb, spray, and then also bobby pins and rubber bands. Now the experience that I have with braids is, of course, being a female with longer hair. I've done braids all my life, but having a daughter, having sisters, and even cousins, I've been able to experiment with more braids, which is why I'm doing a fishtail braid as well. With the fishtail braid, I'm actually doing this in dedication for my cousin who recently passed away. She was an advanced swimmer, and I felt like this would be a good thing to show. Most people don't know how to do a fishtail braid itself. So the first step, of course, is to brush the hair. I've done as well as I could with it. We may run into a few tangles, so I'll try to get them out, but it'll happen. The second step to do is to decide what style of braid you're going to do and also where you're going to start the braid. So for the style, again, it's a fishtail braid mixed with a French braid. I'm going to start it right here in the front on the side, and we are going to divide this section of hair into 2 pieces. Now with the traditional French braid itself, you would just divide it in 3 pieces. A fishtail braid is a little bit different. So we're going to take this section, we're going to divide it into 2, and there's the beginning of your braid. For a French braid, it actually takes the small pieces of hair here and it pulls it to the back of the head so that you don't have all these strands and flyaways like you normally would on a regular ponytail. So to begin the braid itself, you're going to take a section of hair and you're going to cross it over to the opposite side and then hold it together. You will repeat that again with the second section right here. You will cross it over and it makes like an X pattern. I ran into a knot. You'll continue this X pattern until you get to the base of the head. So I'm going to go ahead and continue this X pattern, and you just cross it over each time. Okay. And we'll do this section. Turn your head. As you cross over each time, you'll want to make sure that you pull it tight so that the extra strands of hair don't come out. The larger portions of hair that you take changes the style of the braid. So if you take a smaller portion of hair, it'll take longer to do the braid itself. However, it does not affect the way that the braid looks. It just changes the thickness of the braid or how thin it is. Alright, once you get to the base of the neck, you want to make sure that all of this extra hair is contained in the braid itself. And then, turn a little bit more, please. Thank you. Okay, once you reach the base of the neck right here, you'll want to make sure that the hair is actually divided into 2 parts, like this. Turn a little bit more, please. Thank you. So that you can actually do the fishtail braid of the hair. With this, you don't have any extra hair left. You're going to pull from the actual strands of hair itself. I usually take a finger, divide a little bit of hair, and cross it over. And it's going to be the same X pattern that you used on the beginning of the braid. You can do that until you reach about 3 inches left in your hair. So I'm going to do this really quick. Okay, once we get to the end of the braid, you'll secure it with one of the ponytails. Okay. And you use the bobby pins if there's any extra hair that has been left out. Cool. There you have your braid. In conclusion, braids have all different styles. There's all different ways that you can do a braid itself. You can start it at the top. You can do a traditional braid. You can mix 2 braids together. So braiding lets you experience all different things. It lets you express yourself. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you. Appreciate it.